Hello and welcome to Nikolay's genetics lessons, and today's problem is a pea plant with yellow round beans crossed with a plant with green wrinkled beans produce 51 yellow round beans and 49 yellow wrinkled. Then genotype of the first parent is. So let's start with analyzing genotypes of the parents, and right now we cannot tell the genotype of the first parent except that at least one allele for yellow color have to be dominant, because yellow is dominant, and the second we don't know yet. And as for the second trait, which is wrinkled or round, we see that first parent has round beans. So that means also we are not sure about the second allele, but the first allele have to be dominant because round is dominant. And let's leave a blank space for now for the second allele. And we know for sure genotype of the second parent who has green and wrinkled beans. So genotype would be small y and small y and small r and small r. So this parent would be homozygous recessive for the first trait color, and also would be homozygous recessive for the second trait wrinkled beans, because wrinkled would be recessive to dominant, which is round seeds. So we know that in the progeny we got 51 yellow and round and 49 yellow and wrinkled. And now we have to ask ourselves, can we get 100% of the progeny to be yellow if this parent would be heterozygous? So here we would have small y, and if we would cross such genotype capital Y and small y with another genotype that is going to be homozygous recessive for this trait, as you see in the progeny, we should get ratio of colors as 1:1. So capital Y here, and small y here, capital Y here, and small y here. As you see, the phenotype of this parent would be yellow, the phenotype of the second parent would be green, and in the progeny 50% of the progeny would be yellow, phenotypically yellow, and 50% of the progeny would be green. So we would see 1:1 ratio, but according to our problem all the progeny is yellow. So that means that genotype of this parent have to be capital Y, and in this case in the following generation, F1 generation, 100% of the progeny would be heterozygous for this trait and would have yellow phenotype. So parent 1 have to be homozygous dominant for the first trait. So parent 1 and parent 2 here, and F1 generation here. So now let's consider second trait, whether beans can be round or wrinkled, and we see that in the F1 generation 50%, so about 50% we have round beans and about 50% we have wrinkled beans. And this is exactly what we see for the trait color, when one parent would be homozygous recessive, another one would be heterozygous. In this case we would see 1:1 ratio, and this is exactly 1:1 ratio we see in the progeny F1 generation, wrinkled to round, and that gives us information that second allele have to be small r in the parent 1. Then in the progeny we would see two variants, whether we may have here small r small r, and that means yellow and wrinkled. Or we may also have heterozygous for the first trait and heterozygous for the second trait. So we would have yellow and smooth or round for the second trait, and the ratio of these phenotypes would be 1 to 1, or 50% and 50%. So genotype of the parent 1 would be homozygous for the first trait and heterozygous for the second trait. And this is all for today. Thank you for your attention. Please subscribe for my new videos that I post almost every day. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please write your comments, questions if you have any. Share this video with your classmates, and see you in the next video. Goodbye.